Welcome back to my lockdown extravagant number 2. Write a song. Now, in the olden days, people used to sit around and write songs on things like wooden stumps, and they sit around campfires. But they didn't record them, they just remembered them a lot, and then they would redo them over and over again. Like the good blues player Robert Johnson that knew the devil, and he was really bad at guitar, and no one believed he could play it so well, because so they said, like, oh, this guy must have met the devil, and the devil told him how to play guitar, because it's impossible to learn guitar, especially when you're of his descent in that time. But nowadays you can record music pretty easy if you have something like a computer, which I do, because obviously I wouldn't be able to make these videos without a computer. And I like such bands, and I'm inspired by cool bands like Buck Cherry. And Buck Cherry is cool because there's the lead singer Josh Toad.
Hey, you have got to fuck somebody. A crazy bitch.
Drugs and alcohol. Don't recommend it.
One time I was really tweaked out on meth and alcohol.
I've been sober since I was 23.
I love that cocaine.
I had a really bad problem.
Love that cocaine. I love that cocaine.
He's cool because he looks like the Green Goblin from Spider-Man 1, except he looks more like the Green Goblin because he has orange hair. Because in the animated series of Spider-Man, Norman had orange hair, except it was slicked back, but in the movie it's not like that. It's longer like Josh Toad's hair, so his hair looks like the movie version, except the colour looks like the cartoon hair. Just like Miley Cyrus and Hannah Montana, he has the best of both worlds. And ironically enough, when Miley Cyrus sang those lyrics, she was actually referring to the fact that she could have a squeaky clean Disney public image and be a drug addict at the same time.
How much weed can I actually smoke and still play a teenage superstar on the Disney Channel?
Now, I read that on songmeanings.com, and coincidentally, Miley Cyrus, like Norman Osborn, was also working for an evil corporation, but we'll get to that later. Now, the song I wrote is very inspired by Buck Cherry, and it's about cool things like,
You know what cocaine does, right?
such being in love with,
Take a nice rich girl, make her suck a dick like a porn star, man.
with a woman so much that you just talk to her in a really dirty manner.
She really loves it when I eat her ass, 'cause I got me the cocaine.
And this song is called When the Cock Comes Knocking, You Better Get Sucking. Number 1. Discover the coronavirus doesn't actually exist. Now, this was a tough one and a hard pill to swallow, but because I had so much time over lockdown, I was actually able to look up some very interesting things, and I actually found out that it turns out this whole thing is not real at all, and it's actually about the elites. Like, and what I mean by that is that they're like really rich people, and they have so much money that they're able to control stuff, because when you have money you're able to control things better. And they actually are just controlling us and keeping us inside our houses so we can buy more stuff and watch more TV so they can send more advertisements into our brain. So basically, like, all we can do really now is go outside and buy stuff, rather than before we could go outside and talk to our friends, and you could go to them, oh, do you want to buy stuff today? And they could go, no, I don't want to buy stuff today, I just want to do things like be friends and talk about buying stuff maybe in the future, and talk about how to get money to buy stuff. But now the government just pay us money and then we buy stuff. But this came to the head when I found out that Donald Trump definitely did not have coronavirus. He was just faking it because he was cured of it so quickly. And he was faking it because he wanted to get the cure of coronavirus, which I also found out the cure of coronavirus is adrenochrome. So Trump faked his COVID-19 to get adrenochrome from Joe Biden in order to expose Joe Biden and ruin his campaign. The evidence of this is all in the evil corporation that I talked about before, and it's exposed in a movie distributed by them called Monsters Inc. Monsters Inc.'s storyline is strikingly similar to these Pizzagate's prince's perverted parasitic plan, prepared by a people frantically pontificating the plights of fools that fight to feel peaceful in a paranoid fantasy of a failing photograph of a phantom fear, frightened by a functioning freedom of a fleeting feeling that there was long lost to the sands of time in a dry ocean of memories. As we can see, the movie is all about monsters getting adrenochrome from the kids. So this is an allegory made by Pixar, who are good, and they're trying to expose through their film, and Disney, who are bad and are represented by the evil Spider-Man boss, which looks like Harvard Weinstein, which is a funny coincidence because he is a Spider-Man and his boss, he is a Spider-Man, but he is the boss of an evil corporation, which is like Norman Osborn, except Norman Osborn isn't Spider-Man. So it could mean that Pixar is telling us that the real evil leader behind COVID-19 is actually Peter Parker. But it can't be him, because he isn't a real person, so it must be who played him. Well, if we think about it this way, the Spider-Man has 6 legs, and into the Spider-Verse there are 6 Spider-Men in it. And if we look at the 6th person in this photo, it's Noir Spider-Man, who is actually played by Nicolas Cage, who was born in 1964 and starred in Vampire's Kiss. But if we read between the lines here, this is astonishing.
And coronavirus, man, we made him up!
Hi, it's Kevin. I'm actually managed to track down someone that's going to sell me adrenochrome, and I'm in the forest to meet him now. He's a Satanist I met on Reddit. Yeah. Hi, man. Is it okay if I film this for my YouTube channel?
Oh, I'm about to give you children's blood.
Alright, yeah, I'll turn it off. Because he didn't want to film, I had to use the hidden camera.
Are you filming me?
No, I'm tweeting.
Look here, take your adrenochrome. Just disguise my voice.
Never talk to me again.
Well done, Kevin. You have transcended other humans by ingesting adrenochrome. Here is your prize. Your next video will be a Halloween special on the top 4 scariest movies of all time.
That's what adrenochrome gets me?
Why else would all of Hollywood take it? It's to get new creative ideas. Now, go forth and create!
Firefly, could you shine your light? Now I know you're Kev? It's your boy James Ellsworth, the man to beat AJ Styles. Not once, not twice, but 3 times the real winner of the first ever Women's Money Back Ladder match. And I am here to wish you a very happy and special birthday. Listen, man, I would say it's probably all downhill from here, but you're already overweight, bald, ugly, and your car's like a trash can. So you've already hit rock bottom. So maybe you can turn your life around, use this video as some inspiration, some chin inspiration, and remember, any man with 2 hands has a fighting chance.